Hey, 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 welcome to my channel. My name is Emmie from Emmie Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is your first time, thank you for coming back. So right now, I already shuffled, I pulled cards. I'm trying to be efficient today. I'm going to be doing a ClairTarot reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, also for your cross watchers. Cancer, I had asked what this energy that you are that you're dealing with is all about, to give you kind of a heads up. And I was told that it's time for you to rise. It was this sense that I was given that you have been stuck in certain types of cycles, and it's just you're done with it. You've already processed this cycle and you just haven't let it go yet, is the thing. Okay. So it's time. Oh, my sleeper. It's time to let it go. Here it is. So typically this card comes down like this, and it tells me that, information from your higher self, from a galactic source, whatever it is, something very benevolent and for you and your growth is being channeled to you, being sent directly to you, and it's being allowed to pool and, become your abundance. Well, it appeared like this for you guys. It came out in reverse. So it's like everything that you've been working towards, everything that you have been allowing yourself to partake in, to further yourself, to grow yourself, it's a sense that it's being used against you. Okay. Meaning you're not really seeing the gravity of what's going on right now. Your whole world is basically being turned upside down. And this is not going to resonate with every single Cancer. This is not going to hold true for every single Cancer. Again, I'm reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, also for the cross watcher. So what's going on, all this effort that you put into something, it was, I don't want to say wasted effort, because I mean you do have the potentiality to learn from this, but this water is going up your nose, causing you to feel as though you're drowning in your own life, and that shouldn't be allowed to continue. You have to take the steps and figure out how to correct this, implement that solution that you find, because I mean, it's really not okay for Cancer to be drowning in its own water. Ooh, and when I turned it right side up, it's this sense of like how a toilet or a drain. So everything's kind of going down the drain. All the effort, all of that seems to be going down the drain. Um, oh, so here it is. Okay. So this card is card number 29, Shine. You have been true to Cancer energy. You have been so focused on supporting and loving the person, the people that you love, those who you consider family, that you have become light blind. You have been staring at their light for so long, failing to focus on your own, and it's created a blindness. That's why you don't see this coming. That's why you don't see the truth of what's actually going on, that you're draining yourself, you're drowning yourself. You've become, and notice how she's almost bending over backwards. Okay. So that's very true to Cancer energy. We tend to bend over backwards and be overly accommodating for other people's preferences, not their needs, their preferences. And it creates a precedence of, this sense that maybe you're okay with being stepped on. It's okay. It's not a big deal. Cancer doesn't mind. Oh, Cancer does mind. Except Cancer just doesn't want to hurt your feelings, so they don't say anything. That is until you get really pissed off. Okay. So right now you have to go on a journey to find your truth again. All right. Because of all of this giving and depletion that's been going on, and it seems like this has been going on for a prolonged period. Okay. This is not something new. All of this stuff that's going on, it's kind of telling me that you feel as though you are existing on barren land, that you are the lone tree on this huge swath of land just all by yourself. Oh, that's such an ugly face. What is that? Okay, I see two faces, three faces. What? Lots of faces. Okay, I will share this. Okay. So over here, it looks like a bloated, really unhealthy masculine energy. All right. I'm wondering if maybe Cancer has not been allowing the masculine energies within you to rise up and speak up for yourself. It's been being very, very much oppressed, very silenced. And now it's all bloated and like very unhealthy. Um, and if it is, if this is accurate to you, resonates, that masculine energy, once it becomes unhealthy and enters into a wounded masculine state, it's one hell of a thing to deal with. Okay. That's the kind of energy that will get you to lash out, be really nasty towards other people, become vindictive, um, just even like verbally abusive, things like that. Does that mean that you're a bad person? No. That means there are aspects of you that are really, really needing your attention right now, that need your focus and energy way more than someone who's simply having you do things because they prefer it, because they don't want to do it for themselves. So that's something you really have to take into consideration. If you're resonating with that and you're finding yourself behaving in that way, please stop judging yourself, stop condemning yourself, stop placing labels of I'm a horrible person. She's so right. That's me. I'm a horrible person. I'm so no. This is about acknowledging a process that you're in right now, a process that needs your attention and some modification so it can be done, it can be completed in a much more compassionate manner. So the other face that I saw was this one. It was more of a feminine face, one that's more elevated, just observing how the masculine aspect is going to express itself in its solitude. Sometimes people need solitude so that they're not distracted by other people. And sometimes when the solitude is, it feels like it's being forced upon them, the person can become very, passive aggressive or even full on aggressive because they resent the fact that they're being forced by their soul, not anyone else. They're being forced to take a look at aspects of themselves that they're not yet ready to address. And it's really about acknowledging what you're prepared for, what you're ready to do, what you're not ready to do, and recognizing just because you lack the faith in yourself, you lack your own personal ability to overcome this, doesn't mean that creation shares that sentiment. Doesn't mean that creation feels like you can't overcome this. And if creation is putting it before you, is bringing it to your door, there's a very high likelihood that you are ready for this. You are ready to grow. You are ready to see these aspects of yourself. 100% at 1234. 100% of you is being aligned, divine order. 1, 2, 3, 4. Your soul is causing you to be aligned in such a way that's going to inspire you, really, really inspire you to begin working on yourself instead of constantly just making yourself available and waiting on other people and how you can help them. That's a beautiful thing to be able to do that. But if that's all you do and you don't work on yourself, then that absolutely 100% is a form of avoidance. And that's what's going to make everything so much more difficult. Okay. The recognition of avoidance tactics is not to get you to have another reason, another excuse why you're going to condemn yourself. Absolutely not. This is about recognizing your process so that you can modify your process to be more in alignment with what you're comfortable with. Of course, you're not going to just be in your comfort zone. You're going to be pushed slightly beyond what you're comfortable with, beyond what you think you can handle. And this is to prove to you how strong you actually are, because you have no idea how strong you actually are until you have no choice but to be strong. Let that sink in. That's a lesson that I keep having to personally learn. And now I don't question how strong I am. I just know whatever is put before me, I know I'm strong enough to handle it. Whatever it is, it might challenge me. It might take me to places that make me uncomfortable, places within myself where I feel scared. I feel like, can I handle this? 100% yes. 100% yes. I might not understand the hows or the whys yet, but as soon as I'm done with this process, I'll have all the answers to the questions I'm asking myself at the beginning of the circumstance. And if you can really embody that type of mindset, it's not going to make life drama free, but it's going to make it a lot easier to go through the processes that grow you. You guys are getting a download. It's super loud ringing in the ear. Cancer is going through a major evolutionary leap forward, not a step, a leap, quantum leap forward. And before you're able to take that quantum leap, there is something that's draining you because of how it's causing you to perceive the events of your life. Okay. I really don't understand why the chat window keeps getting messed up and I can't see your comments. All right, there you go. But yeah, you're being intentionally drained. This can be because of a parasitic circumstance. For some, it might be. For others, this might be because creation is allowing you to be drained so that you can be replenished with pure energy, pure intention, pure love and support. We don't want to commingle fresh energy with old stagnant energies, because when you do that, it simply dilutes the potency and purity of the new energy. So there's plenty of reasons why you're being drained, but you do have to be aware. Your soul wants you to be aware that you are indeed being intentionally drained right now. The reason for the draining will vary for each individual. Okay, it's not going to be the same reason for everyone. So go through your organic process to discover why you're being drained and by who or by what. Okay, with that, through that process, you're gonna rebalance yourself. Okay, you're gonna find yourself centered in your truth. You're gonna find yourself empowered. You're gonna find yourself replenished. And you're also going to find yourself reevaluating the connections that you have with other people. I think because of some toxic connection that you have with either a romantic person, a friend, a family member, someone at work, there is a connection that has become very toxic and it needs to be addressed. And in addressing that toxicity, you will once again find your balance. Okay. For some of us, this connection is very thinly veiled. We are not yet cognitively aware that the connection is indeed toxic. So give yourself some time. Don't jump to conclusions. Don't be so quick to be like, I know who that is, and it's that person. I'm going to confront them. Don't. You might have misunderstood. It might not be that person. Take your time to really assess your feelings. Where is this coming from? Who is connected to these feelings? What are the circumstances that I know of that help to confirm this is the individual that that is helping me to create and perpetuate toxicity in my life. We're not just putting this all on one person. We're not blaming anyone. We are trying to recognize the sources of toxicity. And it's important that we all, right? It doesn't matter what sign you are. We all need to recognize we contribute to that toxicity. Either we are the main source of the toxic energy or we are somehow feeding and perpetuating the toxicity. Okay. This is not about blaming. I want us to shift away from the need to blame. This is about recognition, observation, acknowledgement, and taking the time to assess the best way to resolve the circumstance before we implement any possible solutions. Okay. So don't forget, you also need to experience true pleasure in life. That pleasure can't just come from you pleasing other people and being a highly sensitive empath. You deriving your pleasure from experiencing other people's pleasure with what you do for them. Okay? We have to shift this back to you. You have to find certain things that only you enjoy and do it alone. Do it on your own and allow yourself to really just enjoy it. Maybe get some ice cream and a really good book and go to a park and just lay under a tree and read the book while you enjoy the ice cream and just experience life taking care of you instead of everyone else. Okay? I think it's important that you begin really examining that, because what's happening is there's so many other consciousness within your mind. You're catering to so many other people that you've totally forgot about your own needs. Okay, Cancer? You have to go back to your needs. You have to strip all that away and really come back to you. In order to do that, you have to release. And what happens in the fall? What happens in the fall? Let's make an analogy, a really potent one. We talked about laying under a tree, and then next thing you know, a tree is present in your reading. What happens in the fall? There's less sunlight. And so there's less ability for that tree to synthesize its own nourishment. So what does it do? It releases the leaves without fear, without shame. It releases the leaves because it's entering a state of preservation, self-preservation. And I think this is what Cancer is needing to go through right now. This is what Cancer is actually going through right now. Not just needing to, but going through. You're going through what you're going through to help you remember that you need to preserve your energy sometimes. You can't just be all give, give, give. Sometimes you have to recognize the leaves are changing color, the seasons are changing, the feelings in the connections with others is changing. It's a different season. And as the seasons change, the needs of the tree change right along with it. And you're going to have to be okay with needing to shed some of those leaves, letting go of some of the people who are depleting your store of energy. And it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be out of your life forever. It just means right now you need to focus on you, on providing for yourself, okay? Not providing for all the leaves. And as you do that, card number 14, you do receive more of that crown energy, all right? That higher level of knowing, higher level of existence. And that's what you have to allow yourself to see. The long-term goal is for you and your growth. All right. You can't sacrifice the long-term goal for short-sightedness, because of short-sightedness. Because all you see right now is, well, I'm going to hurt so-and-so's feelings. Well, what's going to happen to so-and-so? They are grown. When you choose to have that type of mindset where you have to cater to someone else's needs constantly, you are enabling their helplessness. Oh my God. Okay, I'll take that out I'll tell you guys. Are one of you pregnant? Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Lots of secondary messages coming in. All right, here goes. One more card. So I said, oh my God, because when I cut the deck, I was told to look, and I could have sworn it said cosmic fuckery. And I was like, oh my God, would they write that on the card? And I had to look closer. And it says cosmic midwifery. So card number 8, cosmic midwifery. And I do see this is a little bit tricksy, okay? Let me just move these. So here it is. For some Cancers, this is about a connection between you and another individual that's either creating an actual physiological pregnancy, or it's creating a potentiality for a rebirthing. But there's a separation that's occurring. There's a lot of fuckery going on in this connection. Hopefully this doesn't resonate for most of the Cancers, but if it does resonate, there's fuckery going on. Okay. I'm not saying that you or the other person is cheating, is committing infidelity, but there's a lot of fuckery going on. Okay. There's a reason I saw it as cosmic fuckery. So there's a separation that's occurring. I hope that's a rebirthing and not an actual true to life pregnancy, because that's a very difficult circumstance, very challenging if you find yourself pregnant and suddenly alone. That's hard. Card number 36, delusion of control. There is this potentiality that this has caused quite a bit of entanglement within your life. And if you think you're sure-footed, one of your feet is not functioning properly. Okay. It's not. You're not as sure-footed as you thought. There's a lot of quantum entanglement occurring. Fuck. Is this a third-party circumstance? This is a third-party circumstance. Okay. Ay, ay, ay. This is one hell of a circumstance. All right. Major fuckery. Major, major fuckery. I hope this does not resonate with anyone. I truly do. I hope this does not resonate with anyone. I hope I'm misreading this. I'll just deliver the messages as they come without editing. Card number 102, alchemy. So you thought there was a connection, or this pairing thought there was a connection, but in actuality, it's a polarization that's occurring and a separate connection occurring. And there's that moon aspect right there, like a moon. So one of you, it might be the cross watcher, it has developed or has become aware of a connection with someone that is more energetically compatible. And so they're pulling in that connection, probably unknowingly. I don't know if it's conscious, probably not conscious, because they're still facing you. You guys are still communicating, but there's a separation that's already occurred, and it's going to intensify. As that intensifies, it's going to cause more confusion, because it's like, but I thought I complete you. I thought I was all the colors of your rainbow. How come I'm suddenly colorless to you, and now you're looking at a different rainbow? Well, what further complicates this is card number 43, saving humanity. So it's like there's this part of, I don't know if it's Cancer or the cross watcher, where you're trying to save this human experience with another individual by bringing in a third person. Okay. So it's almost like this individual is holding a mirror and like, but this is what we wanted. Remember, this is what we wanted. We wanted this together. And oh my God. Is this like a personal reading for someone? Or I would like to think that this is not for the general Cancer energy, because this seems like really specific. And as you're sitting there wondering, whoever this is sitting there wondering, it's this sense of the other one is already becoming more fluid and just drifting away, a breaking off, fluidity, a breaking off to find themselves. And it leads to a healing crisis and purging. So are running off, running away. This is just the ultimate, like, cluster fluff. What the fuck is this about? Hold on. I'm all confused now. Now I'm just like, what just happened? I don't know what just happened. Let me pull other cards. I need clarity for this. I cannot just leave this message like this because I don't even have the ability to wrap my brain around what the hell just happened here. Okay. Okay. Please give us clarity. Please give us clarity. Give Cancer clarity. Let us understand. Is this just a spiritual aspect of the process? Excuse me. Is this something in real life? Help us to really understand what the hell's going on. Is this just a misread? Is this a misinterpretation of information? I would love that if you told me this is just a misinterpretation. Fuck. It's not. It's not. It's not a misinterpretation. This makes me really sad. This makes me really sad. For some, this includes an actual pregnancy, an actual child. All right. Hold on. It's here, this deck. Remember what I was saying about, they're calling in something else to them. It might be the crosswatcher. It might be Cancer. It's hard to say because the energy is so fluid. Well, here you go. Magnetism. Whoever it is that has a soul connection with someone else, it's being called. It's been activated. For whatever reason, it's been activated. Okay. So that's creating a lot of just like instability within the person that's feeling this. You have to keep everything in perspective. Notice how she looks pregnant. Okay. You have your whole world in your hands. You have your whole entire world in your hands. No one else can cause your world to fall apart. Just know sometimes characters come and go. Sometimes they stay with you for a while. Sometimes they stay with you for a short while. They're not your entire world. Your world is within you. Okay. And so if there is a rebirthing, an actual birthing process, a pregnancy, just know you can handle this. You are not alone in this. You do have quite a bit of help present. There's quite a bit of help present. The potential for your empowerment is absolutely there. There is work needing to be done on your inner child. And if there is an actual pregnancy, make sure you focus more of your attention on your health. Take everything in moderation. Okay. It's this sense that you got so carried away with the euphoria of someone else's presence, someone else's light, that it intoxicated you to the point where there were missteps, not necessarily mistakes, but steps that you weren't intending to take. And those steps still lead to your growth. So it's not a mistake. There will still be opportunities for happiness, but you have to take everything in moderation. Okay. There will be a lot of friction, and it's the very friction that will generate the heat to reignite your sacred flame. You've allowed your sacred flame to basically be burned out because you've been so focused on someone else's growth and needs. Now, this this sacred flame reigniting is necessary for you to ignite that crown space, that knowing, that personal power. Okay, that's the golden crown. But that friction, be prepared for that. Okay, and don't worry, you are fortified. You can get through this. You will absolutely get through this. You have everything that you need to get through this. You even have a group of souls supporting you. This can be your family, it can be your friends, it can be your spiritual guides. Just know you aren't alone in this process. And whatever happens, you will grow from it, you will overcome it. And it's helping you learn things about yourself. Okay, so this is an intense reading. Part of me wants to pull more cards because I want this to be a better thing. I just feel so personally disappointed. Yeah, I don't even know why. I have to just leave this as it is. Yeah, I have to just leave this as it is. So please, if this, I don't even, I hope this doesn't resonate with anyone. That's just that. I just hope this doesn't resonate with anyone. Please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe, turn on that notification bell. Join me every single time I'm live. I'll see you guys again in a few minutes. I'm going to continue with readings for the other zodiac signs. Cancer, I love you guys. I love you guys, you know. This is utterly fucking disappointing. If this is accurate, this is fucking disappointing that anyone would choose to treat anyone else this way. All right, guys. Bye, everyone.